Hello and welcome to SATS Preparation Reading Lesson number 2. Today's lesson is focusing on vocabulary and how to work out the meanings of words that you don't know using clues that are in the text. This is an essential skill for reading and especially for SATS preparation, as there are bound to be words in the text that you don't know the meaning of. Don't worry, this lesson will teach you 3 strategies that you can use every time to work out the meanings of words you don't know. We're using the text The Park, so you will need to have a copy of that text in front of you. Okay, let's share the screen and look at the PowerPoint. Okay, The Park. So the reading skill that we're looking at today is vocabulary, and it's how to work out the meanings of new words or words that you don't know the meaning of. Okay, there are 3 main things that you can do. First of all, you need to read the sentence that the new word is in and look for words it's linked to in that sentence. So the words around it that give you additional clues to the meaning of that word. Also, you need to look at and consider how the word is being used in the sentence. So is it being used as a verb? Is it a noun? Is it an adjective? Or is it an adverb? These clues will help you to work out the meaning as well. The other thing you can do is think about linking it to any other contexts or ways that you've heard that word mentioned before. So have you heard of the word before? Have you heard it spoken and used in a certain way? So you're drawing on any other experience that you have of that particular word and drawing that into trying to work out what that word means. The activity that I want you to do is to use the vocabulary detective activity to help you work out the meaning. Remember, you have to know the meanings of words to be able to understand, so it's very important to have some strategies to use to help you. I'd like you to use the vocabulary detective grid to teach you how to work out these meanings of words and use these strategies. So draw the grid into your book and write in the words and phrases that I've selected. These words and phrases have been taken from The Park. So in your grid, you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns going down. The first one is the word or the phrase. So you need to write those words in that column. In the next column, you need to write as your heading words linked to the word in the sentence. So those are the words that are around the word that help add to the meaning of the word. Then the next column is the word class. So that is whether it is a verb, an adverb, a noun, or an adjective. The next column is knowledge that you have, other knowledge that you have about that word. And the last column is your guess at what you think it means. Okay, an example of this I'll just talk through before you stop the video and get on. To tuck into, so that's a phrase. You might have heard that before, but you might not have done, especially if English is an additional language. So to tuck into, the words that are linked to that word in the sentence, he tucked into his tea and toast. So you're adding those as words that are linked to it. The word class, to tuck into, it's a verb, it's a doing word. So that gives you a clue as to the type of word that it is. Knowledge I have about that word. I was thinking, what other ways do we use the word tuck into? Oh, you tuck someone into bed as well. So I'll write that down because it might give me a clue. It might not. And I think it means, when I read the sentence as a whole, I thought it means to eat hungrily. So I'm going to put that in my last column. Okay, the words that I want you to look at are instantly, pale, reassure, reluctantly, headed out, disbelief, say so, redeveloped, and plot. So those are the words that you need to do the vocabulary detective activity on. Stop the video now, draw the grid into your book and complete the activity. Okay, how did you get on? Let's have a look now at the actual definitions. So this is where I give you the actual definitions of those words for you to learn. So draw the grid again, the word class and definition. So it's a slightly different grid because I am giving you the definition. So the word to tuck into, it's a verb. And as I said before, it means to eat hungrily. Instantly, it's an ly adverb. It's an adverb of manner. And instantly means immediately. Word you might have linked it to was instant coffee. You might have heard of that before. And that means immediate. It's quick coffee, yeah? Okay, pale is an adjective. And it means a light colour. Reassure is a verb, and it's to stop someone from worrying. You reassure them. Reluctantly, again, an ly adverb. It's an adverb of manner. It tells you how something was done. And reluctantly means when you hold back, not wanting to do it. You are reluctant. Headed out is a verb. It's got the ed ending, so it's a past tense verb, and it means went out or left, like left the house, headed out. Disbelief, it's a thing, it's a noun. It's abstract, an abstract noun, because it's an emotion or a state of being. You are in disbelief about something. You have disbelief about something. It's not believing something. Say so, someone say so. It's a noun. It's quite a colloquial term. It's a spoken term without someone say so. It's a bit of a slang word, and it means someone's approval. Someone saying yes to it, basically. Redeveloped is a verb, and it means to make something into something new. It's been which means again, the prefix, developed, which is your verb, developed again, so made into something else, made into something new. To plot is a verb, and it means to make a plan. Okay, write those definitions in your book and have a go at covering up the definition and seeing if you can remember what the word means. Okay, to help you practice and learn these definitions, we have an activity called Word Wizard, which I'd like you to do. So you need to draw a grid onto a piece of paper that has 12 rectangles. So fold a piece of A4 paper that's in your pack in half lengthways. Crease it down the middle. Fold it again in half and in half and in half again, so that you're developing the rectangles down the page. Try and get that you have 6 rectangles on each side. It doesn't matter if there are more or if there are less, because you can do another piece of paper. So the size isn't too important of the rectangles. Right, cut out these rectangles with a pair of scissors, or you can fold them very carefully and then tear the paper. Write one of the vocabulary words or phrases onto each rectangle. Write the definitions on the back of the rectangle. Mix up the words and see if you can recall the exact definition. So you're looking at the word or phrase on the front, you look at the word, pick it up, see if you can remember the definition, and then turn it over and check and see if you got it right. Or you can have the definitions face up, so you read the definition and then you see if you can remember what word that is the definition of. So there are two ways of doing it, definition up or the actual word or phrase facing. Have someone test you and see how many that you get right. It's a good idea to keep these words in a vocabulary box, a safe place, maybe a tin or a little tray or a box, anything that you can keep them in really, maybe even a little bag that you might have at home. Keep taking them out and testing yourself and seeing if you can get the words right and the definitions right for those words of words that you've learnt. We'll be doing this activity several times over different texts, so you can keep adding new words to your box or to your bag, and then keep bringing them out and seeing if you can still remember the definitions of the words that you learned last week and the week before. Okay, so you're keeping those words current in your working memory. It's very important that you don't just learn vocabulary for 1 week and then forget it, because the whole point is that when you come to words, you'll have a broader vocabulary and that you will then remember those definitions. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed our activities on Vocabulary Detective and Word Wizard, and I hope those words now make sense to you and that the text makes greater sense to you now. The next lesson, we're going to be looking again at the text, the park, but we're going to be doing some comprehension questions. So I'm going to be talking you through those questions, setting them as comprehension questions, and then going through how to find the answers. All right, have a good day. Bye for now.